Hey guys, welcome back. It's Rob from Infinite Combo again, continuing our Commander deck opening series. So last time we opened Daxos the Returned. Again, going to be a member of my permanent stable, and I think we'll be showing that off in the next couple months as I build it. Speaking of showing off our decks, this month you'll be able to see a first look into one of our Commander decks. And we're going to start off with a bang. Goggins going to be showing off his Sliver Overlord deck, and it is definitely one of the most hated decks in our group because it is super, super powerful and can pull itself out of almost any impossible situation and still manage to win. It's unbelievable how good he modified the deck. It was the first thing he did when he got into Commander. I was telling him about the format, and he asked me to draw him up a deck list, and he was always a huge fan of Slivers, so I drew him up a quick deck list. He built it, and then he continued to modify it from there, and he's turned it into a nightmare. So Goggin will be showing that off himself sometime later this month, and we're probably going to try to do one of those every month so you can kind of get a look at our decks and kind of see what we're doing, and hopefully eventually we can show you guys some games of us playing. But without further ado, let's focus on these Commander decks here. I got Ezuri Claw of Progress in front of me now. This guy's another one that I was really excited about. I don't think I'm going to use him as a commander, but I am putting him in one of my existing decks because he's just so strong. And the counter, the +1/+1 counter thing fits in the theme of the deck. He's just going to be really good. So let's open him up, see what this deck is about. If I can, packaging on this one's a little rougher. Here we go. Get rid of that. Alright. Swell the Host is the name of the deck. Let's get this oversized Ezuri out here. He's huge. Cool. Let's put him down. Get rid of this. More crap we don't need. Starting with the tokens up the top again here. We're just going to get these rules inserts out of here. I don't need that. So one thing I did notice, and of course this was off camera after I finished the last video, is that this year the oversized Commander fits in the box. I'm pretty excited about that because last year they didn't. They just barely were too big, and it was annoying when I was trying to test these decks out for the first time. I was just kind of keeping them in the original box, and I wanted to use the oversized Commanders, but they were kind of large and clunky, and I couldn't really bring them with me without damaging them, so I just ended up leaving them. So let's get this thing open, look at some of these cards. All right. I'm going to just get those out of the way. Okay. Got the tokens again, of course, the experience counter. We have a blue-green 1/1 snake with Saproling on the back. Saproling on the back again. We got 1/1 green snake. Saproling on the back again. Still got saplings. Here we go. We got a 4/4 beast token on the back of this one. Another 4/4 beast token on the back of that one. We got a 1/2 spider with a bear on the back. A 1/2 spider with a dragon on the back. 5/5 red dragon. What makes a 5/5 red dragon in a green-blue deck? I don't know. A germ token and a frog lizard. I think the frog lizard is because they put I don't remember the name of the instant. It's a 1 blue instant from Return to Ravnica block that exiles a creature and then replaces it with a 3/3 frog. Anyways, so we got some basics here. Creatures with Evolve. Elvish Visionaries, Kurt Tribe Elder. Coiling Oracle is a good note there. So Skullwinder, I believe, was one of the new cards. So it's a 1/3 Death Touch for 3. When it enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand, then choose an opponent, and they get to do this. They get to do the same thing. Free and Eternal Witness, great reprint here. These things I did not realize how expensive they were getting to. These were starting to push $8, and now I played I was playing Magic actively during Mirrodin block when this card first printed, and anyone playing green in Mirrodin was playing this card, and 4 copies of it, including myself. And I opened so much that I have tons of these, and I didn't realize how much they were worth. And as I'm building commander decks and trading with people, I'm starting to run out of them, so it's great that they're reprinting them. Let's see if we got anything else interesting here. Patagia Viper. I believe this was a reprint that makes a 1/1 blue-green snake, and then you have to pay blue or else you sacrifice it. It's 2/1 for 4 with flying. It's not bad. Let's see. Here's our first Myriad card. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw cards. 3/3 for 5. This one's cool. This is a 4/1 with flash for 5, that whenever it's dealt damage, draw that many cards. It's a really great combat trick to just draw a whole bunch of cards. Muldrifter, of course, is really good. Caller of the Pack was the other Myriad card. It's an 8/6 Trampler for 7. So then we have your typical Soul Ring. Nice new artwork on Simic Signet. That looks really nice. So this deck has the Swiftfoot boots instead of the Lightning Greaves. I'm okay with that though. Get another Thought Vessel. Rapid Hybridization. That was the name of this card that makes the Frog Lizard. It's a really good card. Croson Grip. That's an awesome card. Great commander staple in green. Because Split Second is just amazing. If you want to deal with something and not have to worry about counterspells or somebody responding to what you're doing, Split Second is the way to go. Let's see. Mirror Match. This was an interesting new card. You cast it only during the Declare Blocker step. For each creature attacking you or a planeswalker you control, put a token that's a copy of that creature onto the battlefield blocking that creature, and then exile them all at the end of combat. Literally just copy your opponent's army and block. That's pretty great. So then here's the man himself, Ezuri. Really strong. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you get an experience counter. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Really, really strong. The only unfortunate thing is it does say another target creature, which means he cannot target himself, which means you can't use him really as Voltron. Next commander here is a new one, Cassetto Orokai Archmage. He is a snake wizard. He is from Kamigawa, one of my personal favorite planes. And this gives me hope that they will return to Kamigawa one day and hopefully fix the mistake of that incredibly underpowered block. And then the final one is a great one too, Prime Speaker Zagana. Recent creature, of course, but still really strong. We got a Caller of the Claw reprint, which is nice. Scythe Claw's new card, Living Weapon. Gets equipped creature gets +1/+1, and whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half his or her life rounded up. Archaeogenesis. This one is hilarious. You put X 1/2 green spider creatures onto the battlefield with reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you, and then prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spiders. So this is just block your opponent's army, and you keep all these spiders. That's amazing. So we get some other good stuff here. Ezuri's Predation's really good. For each creature your opponents control, put a 4/4 beast token onto the battlefield, and then each of those beasts fights a different creature. You could wipe an army out with this thing. Commander Beacon. This thing is going to be popular. It's probably going to be worth a lot of money at some point, unless they reprint it. You sacrifice it to put your commander into your hand from the command zone, which will allow you to cast it without the commander tax. Solemn Simulacrum's good include. Forgotten Ancient. I don't know if... I think this guy was getting a little pricey, but I think this is also the first time he's been printed in the modern card frame, which is nice. He's really good. Mystic Snake is a great include here. Beastmaster Ascension is a great include here. High Market. If you're not playing High Market in a deck with creatures that you don't want to be exiled, you're doing something wrong. This is a great card. Alright, I think after that we just got a bunch of lands again. And some basics. See if we got any. Do we have anything interesting in the... Not really anything too interesting. And oh, we got a Reliquary Tower is nice. I saw Command Tower, of course. So you get just kind of your basic land base. Once again, I'm sure that they expect you, if you're going to modify these decks, to, you know, work on the land base yourself. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. Some great cards in this deck. It looks like it's going to be really fun to play. And I try to play these decks 2 or 3 times stock before I rip them apart or modify them. So if I find anything, you know, that's fun, might just keep it. But anyways, tune in next time. I think we'll be opening Mizzix of the Ismagnus next, which is the red-blue commander. And until next time, stay infinite.